Good evening and welcome to viewers everywhere watching us today. And yet this is our third interview with StrikeForce Technologies. I have with me Mr. Mark Kay, who's the CEO of StrikeForce Technologies, Mr. George Waller, who is the head of marketing for their global operations, and I am Qasim Khan, for those who don't know me. So, how are you guys doing today?
Qasim, this place is so busy that people are just running around places doing things. We're doing fantastic.
Concur.
And I can't wait to share some of the news with you.
Yes, Mark, just for a very small recap, would you like to introduce StrikeForce Technologies and also introduce your team for the viewers who don't know you, so they might get to know,
Sure.
you once again?
Well, obviously you met George Waller, who's actually our EVP as well. So George is on here. Ram will be joining us in a couple of minutes. So he'll be on in a few minutes. George is our EVP, and he's also a head of marketing, and is a great key player to everything we're doing. And you'll see in a little while why I'm saying that. Then Ram Pemmaraju just joined us, and he will be visible in a minute. He is our CTO and definitely the brain behind our technologies. And StrikeForce, as you all probably know now anyway, it's a cybersecurity company. Everything we do deals with cybersecurity. We have fantastic products. We have Protect ID, Guarded ID, Privacy Lock, SafetyChat, Mobile Trust. Great products, a lot of great patents behind them, and we're pushing them as much as we can. And now that we finally got some great marketing companies that George will be talking to you about that do a fantastic job for us, and we believe will make a great difference for us as well going forward. So we feel real good, and it's been a great long day, like George said.
Thank you very much, Mark, and it's really a pleasure to be interviewing you this year for the third time. As a lot of people are very excited on the retail market about what your company does, what your products are, and how you are an emerging company with this unique thing because of your security features and your products. So let me start with George, and before I do that, hi Ram, thanks for joining us today.
Hi, Qasim. How are you? I see that every time we talk, you seem to have a lot more monitors behind you.
Yeah, well, they've been the same because of the kind of work I'm involved in. Yeah, but thanks for noticing again. So let's start with George. And George, my first question is, so we were hearing about a website. So you want to tell us when is the launch? What can people expect from your website?
Sure. And so the website we're very excited about. And what I figured I'd do, Qasim, is rather than just talk about it, how about I give you a sneak peek of our website? And you are the first one and your viewership to see our website from, anyone outside this company. No one outside the company has seen or knows anything other than that we're building a website. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to share my screen. I'll show you a couple little pages of it. It's in the final preparation for launching. The site will be launching this coming Monday. Mm-hmm. So it'll be up and live. We're connecting all the commerce, all the dotting all the I's and crossing of the T's right now. But what I figured I'd do is I'd actually give you a peek of it, and I think you'll. I'll ask you for your impression afterwards. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to share my screen. And let me go here. Let me share my screen, and you can see the website now.
Yes. I can see it.
Okay, great, great, great. So as you see, Qasim, as soon as people come to the website, we have this very unique component that's constantly showing people our different things that we do. So I'll just stop here. So we are, the company is a next-gen cyber privacy and data protection company, and we secure, our technology secures small businesses, we secure enterprise, we secure the family, and then we have our privacy and digital footprint protection through our acquisition of CRS. So all of that is shown right up here as soon as you come to the and then when you come here, and I'll do some navigation up here a little bit. So when you come here, the first thing you'll notice is secure video conferencing, endpoint security, multi-factor authentication, keystroke encryption, and mobile device security. What is StrikeForce about? This is us right here. These are our technologies, and obviously, as you go from a chevron to chevron, the page changes associated with it. So if someone wants to know more about secure video conferencing, they'll come here. Now they can also come right up here and go, or if they come through the chevrons, they can come here and literally click on Learn More, and it brings them right to the SafetyChat, video conferencing page, product page, where then we go into the products. We've increased, the amount of information that's on here. We've added more features to give us even a greater, a competitive, advantage over our other partners up there. As you can see, we now protect from here down, where our other partners don't have anything in these areas whatsoever. Wow. We now have up on here, people have just been calling us and writing us and giving us, testimonials. For example, Dave Chapman, a fund manager of Future Tundra Capital Partners, was one of the first companies that said, hey, I want to give you guys a testimonial about your products. And then he gave us this great testimony. And not only, what's really cool is not only is he a customer of ours, but they're working with about 25 other companies that they recently gave money to. Actually, I'm sorry, it's 37 other companies that they helped fund. And now they've hooked us up, one of our sales guys, with all of those 37 companies. And they're telling every one of these companies, we want you to buy this software. So it's not only do they love our software, they're telling everyone that they invest in, you use this for all your video conferencing and all your security needs. Because obviously, protecting data, protecting the privacy, protecting information, and being compliant with all the requirements is extremely important. And we're helping companies achieve all of those requirements. And then when you come further down, not only can you buy the product right from our site, I'll say this, that this part right here, where it says SMB and Enterprise, where enterprises, both SMB and Enterprise, will be able to come here and buy our software directly from us in a self-provisioning way. And I'll explain a little bit more about that, because I know I saw one of your questions that talks about that. So I'll talk a little bit further on about that. But then when you come up, and obviously you come onto a logo, it always goes right back to our home page. But then you can go through, each of the industries, the key industries that we work with: financial services, legal, healthcare, government, education. And if you're, for example, you're a company in legal, right? Check this out. When you come here, we now work with the companies that come in here to show them the stats, what's going on within the legal industry, the cyber stats. We actually lay out for them their compliances, the risk and the business impact if they don't address those compliances. We talk about the predictions and beyond where the hackers are going and what they need to address. And then finally, we obviously go into our solutions and we bring the people through a journey, regardless of what industry you're in. We bring them through a complete journey by going next to the next chevron to the next. So this way we lay out everyone's impact, how much, the average financial data loss, cost is to a company, 18.3 million. And we go down and explain to them what's going on in their industry, because these people, they don't understand it. So when they come here, they're going to see that not only do we have the solutions, we give them the information that they need to make intelligent decisions on why they should be looking at our technologies.
Must have been a very hard job, getting all this data into a concise and precise manner.
Oh, yeah. We've been working on this for a couple of months now, and to come up with a unique design, because not only did we have to allow for each of our products to sit here, we had to address all these industries, and then within each industry, we have 5 areas that we have to address. So we had to build a solution, literally we had to design this solution, this website, so that it will accomplish all of those, all the things we wanted to do with it. And then when you come down here, then we have basically about the consumer, we have our cyber wellness programs, and even on the consumer, by the way, we talk about why, antivirus isn't enough, why dangers of connecting to Wi-Fi, how hackers are stealing your camera, and the top 10 cyber, risk for consumers. Then for the company, we go about us. We have our StrikeForce 2 subsidiaries that we own. We have our channel partner program. This is where the channel partners are going to come in and sign up. I know that's one of your questions I'll be talking about in a moment, where they're going to sign up to become a channel partner. This is where the investors can come now, and they're actually going to be able to go between our SEC filings and our press releases, and everything is laid out in chronological order. Then we also have a complete separate section for StrikeForce in the news, and StrikeForce in the news and news and events. And these are all articles that we recently appeared in. Someone could easily come here and read that article. So we did a lot of work to basically, to develop this in a way that was so, chock full of information. And then we're going to have videos here. And I know that's one of your questions that you have that you'll be asking in a little bit. So, yeah, this is a new site. This is a sneak peek. We'll be launching it on Monday morning. And we're very excited about doing it.
Wow, wonderful. You've really put in a lot of information, and especially congratulations on your article in the network world, and a number of other magazines, really renowned stuff. And it's so. When is the website launching? When will it be?
So it'll be available Monday to the public. There's still some things that we're just, like I said, we're hooking up the commerce components because we have new commerce components in this. We're basically just going through, making sure everything's connected, everything works with each other, and that'll be launched on Monday morning. It'll be up live. So everyone,
congratulations
thank you
to all of you for bringing all this data together, and I think it's really going to make a difference, because anybody who wants to know about cybersecurity, what I saw in this sneak peek was you've embedded all the information, your competitor information, and what you have. So I think that's going to give you a pretty big edge.
Yeah, we think so too, and that's why we took the time. We wanted this also to be a resource center for folks. We'll constantly be updating this, feeding this, because there's valuable information in there for everyone, and it's the type of information that they need, that they can read, understand, and make, logical decisions based on what we see. And this is based on all industry standards, best practices, everything we did. We've basically, culminated this information to enable to help people make the decision that they should be making. And because, you know what? There's so many products on the market. Why should I look at your product versus someone else's product? So we really had to convey the value of our product as well as the benefits of our product. And we also did something that I know that you have in one of your other questions. You had asked, if I can just cut to it, you had asked, I think it was on question, the APIs on question 5 that you had for me. So you said, I know your question is, I understand that SFP will be launching a new API that will enable SMBs and enterprise customers to purchase and self-provision them right from the site. And that's that page when I brought it to you where I showed you that for the first time in the industry, a large organization can come and literally self-provision 50 people, 500 people, 5,000 people into our products, into our SafetyChat and Privacy Lock without any human intervention. They could sign up, they can arrange to pay by, a purchase order, an invoice. They can put it on a company credit card, and in a matter of minutes, they'll be getting they'll be completely self-provisioned, and they can literally log in. Their entire enterprise to log into SafetyChat and Privacy Lock in a matter of minutes, and there's no human intervention in that. It all happens automatically down to they're vetted, they're validated, and you can't do that with Zoom. You can't do that with any of the other products. You have to sit there. You have to call them. Then you got to wait till a salesman gets on the phone, and who knows who you're going to get on the phone, and they're going to who knows what they're going to try and sell you. We have it here where you can go and privately self-provision yourself right into the system, be up and running in a matter of minutes. Now, by the way, it's the first of its kind. No one's done anything like that.
That's news.
Do you know that you can't even go on and buy, for example, even some of the big antivirus names, you can't go on and buy 5,000 seats or 500 seats. They stop you at the gate, they make you call a number. Here, you can go on and buy it. And all the information that you need to purchase is right there. We make it simple, we make it easy. We want to also make it convenient for them, right? Because you have different time zones around the world. And you know what? Whether you're in Indonesia, you're in China, you're in Asia, you're in South America, you may or may not be able to get a salesperson on the phone, right? People want things now, right? We're a society, we want something now. So guess what? We're able to now deliver them a solution that enables them to do that. Now, there's still a couple components that we're hooking up for that. So that will be available. The site launches on Monday, and those components were just days away from having all of the self-provision components launching. But Qasim, we're so excited because there's nothing on the market that does that. And once again, we're taking the lead.
Let me interrupt you with a question. So a customer can self-provision from one user to 5,000. Is the limit 5,000?
No. 5 million. It doesn't matter.
Oh.
Yeah, I just used the number 5,000 as a number in a large organization or let's say an agency.
Thanks for that.
Yeah. That they can provision their entire enterprise into the solution. And I'm going to go one step better, okay? Not only, and this is just the beginning of where we're going for it next. So not only will we be doing this for SafetyChat and Privacy Lock, we'll be allowing large companies to provision their authentication in the same format. Now, we've still got a little bit of work to do there on some internal systems, but we're going to then allow that same capability for Protect ID, which is the most powerful, the most important authentication system in the industry today, and they're going to be able to do the same exact thing there, all right? You can't go do that with Duo. You can't go do that with, any of the other authentication systems. You got to get on the phone. You got to go through a labyrinth of salespeople. Here, if you want authentication and you want to buy it for 5,000 people, you will be able to go online and buy it through our system. And again, that's the first of its kind. No one else
Okay.
has that out there.
Wonderful. I mean, besides a cybersecurity company, you should also be, like known for automation. Beautiful.
Well, yeah, that's a good point. That's an excellent point. We're automating that process in a world that process should have been automated already, right?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Thank you so much, George, for that update, and I'm really excited to see it again in the fullest details, because I could see in the sneak peek that your website is actually educating the customer on what's happening, who are the competitors, what are the numbers of cybersecurity failures in the IT ecosystem. So thanks for that sneak peek, and it's definitely an honor and a pleasure.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Now, I know you have some other questions for me, too.
Yes. How about, what is the update on the marketing strategy since we last spoke?
Okay, so there's a whole bunch of things going on in marketing. So the first thing is, as you know, we've hired American Eagle, and they've been working with us to finish this site, which looks fantastic. Get all of our products on it. They're also doing all of our SEO work as we speak. They've been building SEO for for Privacy Lock and SafetyChat. Now we're doing Guarded ID, Mobile Trust, and Protect ID as well. As you know, we've hired the analytic group, the IT group, which has helped us in our marketing to define our customers, what the customers' needs are, what the competitors are on the market, and what our value is to that customer. And it's that information that we embedded in this website, and it's that information that we're using to, that's going to help us go out to the market and go after the customers. Additionally, we hired a company called Lemon Light, and I know this is one of the other questions you asked about, we haven't any videos made, and the answer is absolutely. So we just hired Lemon Light to build 6 videos for us, 1 brand video for the company, and then 1 video for each of our products: Protect ID, Guarded ID, SafetyChat, Mobile Trust, and Privacy Lock. And they were down here a week and a half ago, and Qasim, you should have saw it. They had drones flying around the building, taking pictures. They had people in here all day long. And so right now, they're basically editing. They're writing scripts for certain videos, and other videos they're getting ready. For example, we're expected to see the first cut of the brand company video next week. So we'll have that video first, and then the 5 product videos will be, about a couple weeks beyond that. But we'll have all 6 videos up on our website, and then we'll post them out through all of our social media as well.
That's really something.
Yeah. So people, and by the way, Lemon Light, if someone wants to look at a video company, Lemon Light is the country's #1 video representation company that makes videos for everyone. All the major companies, Wayfair, you name them, they all use Lemon Light. And these guys make very affordable videos, and they are so high quality. They look like Steven Spielberg movies, and they really think it through. They understand how to drive the value and the benefit to the user, the messaging. So we did a lot of research and cut a deal with them to make all 6 videos. So they're doing it right now, and we're really excited about that. We're also, Mark and I and Ram will be on next week on Meeting the Street again, and we'll be doing a couple more interviews, and Mark will be sharing more information in those interviews, and that information will be out on both Fox News and Bloomberg the following weekend. I think it's a week from Sunday. We're doing the interviews on Tuesday. So those interviews will be live on Bloomberg and Fox, that Sunday.
Thank you very much, George. I mean, that answers a lot. And Lemon Light, I've heard of it. And yes, I've seen a number of videos.
It's in the right place.
Yeah, they're great. Now, also, let me bring you a little bit up on the sales strategy, if I can. So we also went out, and not only do we have inside sales, we're hiring an additional salesperson. As we speak, we've been interviewing, so we're now hiring another person. Well, I think I might have mentioned one of the times before, we hired a company out of Boston called Exaltita, and Exaltita, they've already started last week in sales, direct sales to corporations. We've identified 3,500 companies for them to reach out, 3,500 companies for them to reach. Yeah. And that's, by the way, that was just the first wave of people. And now they have a team, they're making, each of the guys is making between 150 and 300 calls a week. It's more like 200 to 300 calls a week. And they're actually reaching directly out to these people. They only started 5 days ago, and they already have 10 people that I've already spoke to. So they're basically, they're on it. Their feet on the street. They're out there. They're calling, and then they're generating basically a call for us in here for one of us to get on. And yesterday I was already on with I did a SafetyChat meeting with a company, a decently sized company that's interested in using it for all their folks. And then I still have 9 others that we're working with. So the sales process has started. We have inside sales reaching out. We have outside sales reaching out. So we have now, a team of people that are, with an outbound sales process, and that started, they started last week. Additionally, I know that I spoke to you in the past about CRM, because part of one of the things that we're doing is we're building a sales channel through CRM. So CRM is the country's leading subscribership for value-added resellers, VARs, VADs, value-added distributors. They have approximately 784,000 partners that they deal with, resellers around the United States and in several countries around the world. So I signed up to do a program with them that Will, and you met Will in one of our previous meetings, our director of worldwide distribution and channel. So Will is heading up the effort, and I'm happy to say that in the last 2 months of working with them and getting everything ready, our channel program starts tomorrow on the 16th. And so what happens is CRN is now doing the outbound marketing, and we'll be able to share a website on Monday, their website, which will be on our website, the links to it. And essentially, they are, just like I have our outbound salespeople, calling for companies to sign up for our products. Well, they're out there starting tomorrow to find companies, value-added resellers to sign up with us to be a reseller. And the best part of it is they have a guarantee of 100 new resellers that they'll deliver to us each and every quarter. Over the next 4 quarters, we expect for them to bring about 400 resellers to our front door, as they say. Now, not that we're going to sign up for 100. If we use, now I'm very optimistic, but if you use the 80-20 rule, right? Because everyone talks about the 80-20, you figure that we'll probably end up with, out of the 400, we'll probably end up with somewhere between 80 and 100 really good resellers. And the best part, Qasim, is we define what a reseller is for us. So in other words, we said we want companies with more than 20 employees. They have to have over $4 million. So we got to define the type of criteria for customers that we want to be able to come, to be able to work with us. So That starts tomorrow, and that we're really excited about, because when you think about the largest companies out there in the world, in the security world, the RSAs of the world, if you think about the McAfees, you think about the Semantics, how did they grow? How did they all become billion-dollar companies? How did they get sold for billions of dollars? Because they all built a reseller channel. And so we're building this reseller channel because it's through the resellers that they're gonna augment our direct sales with a channel. Because as we could see by Cisco, you can sell direct and you can have a channel. So we are not inventing anything new. We're going to follow the people that paved the road and made the right decisions on how to grow the company to a multi-billion-dollar company. So that's exactly what we're doing. We're mirroring and mimicking all the big fish, all the big guys who did the right things to become big fish. So everything that we've done, that they've done, we're doing it ourselves. And I know we've also explained, I know you've asked several times about some clients that signed on. Yeah, we've had some, clients that have signed on, and I mean, lots and lots of customers and clients have signed on, but some especially large ones that are building. They wanted our custom APIs that we've done, and we've gave it to them. And as I mentioned it last time, in fact, I was on the phone with them yesterday. They're right now they're taking everything that we custom built, and they paid us a lot of money for this already, and they still owe us some more, but they paid us a lot of money for this. And those folks ultimately will be a channel sales, even though they're buying it for themselves. And they deal in a unique space where there's lots of opportunity. They have lots of customers, and just one of their customers has 2,800 locations in the U.S. that they'll be introducing our SafetyChat to. So we're really excited, and every place has multiple people, and we get a significant amount of money from each and every individual, multiple individuals in each of their 2,800 locations. So once that kicks off, that's going to bring in pretty nice amount of funding to us. I shouldn't say funding. Monthly recurring revenues, and they have a laundry list of customers and other people that they're going to be offering this out to. That's why they paid us all this money to build this for them, and they're going to be out going to their customers. Well, 2 other customers reached out to us that are very similar, where they have customers and they want to use our custom APIs to be able to do that. So we'll be doing that with them as well. So that's why when you said, how are things going, I started by saying, my God, we're so busy. People are running around here, from desk to desk, and, there's so much going on between, sales and marketing and websites and videos and, the APIs. And by the way, and I know that's another question you have is, how are you resellers? We'll actually have 3 ways for our resellers to work with us. So one way is, these new APIs that we just built, that they'll be able to connect to them and sell licenses and build customers. The second is we're actually going to build take our APIs and add in Stripe and WooCommerce to them. So then all they need is a plugin to basically a WordPress, right into their site, and they could deliver our products, sell and license our products. And the third is Ram and his team are building a reseller portal, so that a reseller that wants to just sign into a portal and place a sale for 500 users right then and there and instantly provision them, we're going to enable them to do that as well. So this new reseller channel, it's so important to us that we're going to have multiple ways that they can book sales, because you have to today. And the other part of that is, as we explained in the past, that all of this feeds in, the whole channel feeds into our Zimpy platform, which is, a Gartner analyst number 2 pick was Zimpy partnership like a CRM. It's a PRM, for partnership relationship management. So we licensed that technology. We brought that in-house. They've been integrating that to our CRM so that when leads come in or a channel partner comes in, channel partner could sign right into his portal. He has access to all of the company resources. He has his leads. That's where he does his deal registration. So we've been rocking and rolling, getting all these things ready for this CRN program, for them to be able to deliver through the multiple APIs. So, yeah, a lot of work's been going on in here.
That's very nice. With the kind of updates that you have mentioned, George, it seems as if you guys are on the most mature level of actually your operations, and challenging times are over. Can I say that definitely?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
We're still challenged.
Yeah, there's always Mark's always going to be challenges. I look at it like this. I look at it like this: that this is a great time to be in where we are. And I know everything took longer than people would have liked. Without a doubt, everything took longer. But now what's happening is you're starting to hear and see all of the things we've been working on. When we built all these custom APIs, that was months and months of work with Ram and the team to do that. No one saw the fruit of those labors because it's all development in the background. But meanwhile, we were out there talking to customers that now we were able to deliver the APIs. Now they could start integrating them to ultimately become both the customer and a channel partner. So this is all very exciting. This website took months because of, as you saw, it's very comprehensive. Our CRM program, it took months to get that together. We had a licensed Zinfi and Zoho, a PRM and a CRM. Then we had to get those two companies to talk together and integrate. So when a lead comes in, it comes right in, and then we can distribute it out to a channel partner or take it internally. Or if a channel partner gets a lead, they can go and do deal registration. Guess what? It takes companies. When you look at those big companies, and you made a very valid point, Qasim, they spent millions of dollars in years and years and years building those systems and becoming mature. And we've been doing this, without those millions of dollars. And we've been doing it, this is talk about doing it, grassroots ourselves and building all this, because to be a big guy, you got to emulate a big guy, right? You can't emulate a small guy and be a big guy, right? Exactly. You want to be the next Semantic or McAfee, then you got to act like a Semantic or McAfee. You got to have the systems in place to be like a Semantic or McAfee. And that's what we've been doing. So, yeah, I know it's taking longer than everyone likes, but it's not that we've been sitting around here. We've all been working our tails off, doing all of these things in the background for right now. The website Monday, CRN tomorrow. Then the deal registrations come in. They're starting to find us 100 resellers. We have outbound sales. We have inbound sales. We have our APIs going out to the resellers. All of these things. It's like you look up in the sky at fireworks. They're everywhere. And it's because that's what's going on.
Very impressive. You guys have really done a Herculean task in very less time. Congrats to you on this. And so, Mark, what do you feel are the remaining challenges? Because I see your platform as ready. Have I missed anything in comprehension?
Well, you probably missed a lot, but I can't even tell you about some of the things. But definitely one of the areas that we definitely can help a lot in is, first of all, the current stock price isn't obviously it's stable, but it's not going up or down. We're definitely most probably stopping the Reg A because it's definitely stuck at 4 cents, around 4 cents, and we really are looking at different ways to invest. We got a $7.5 million Reg A. We brought in 1.5 million, so we need another 6 million from it. We don't need all of it. We're going to look at other methods, but we will be stopping the Reg A in the very shortly once we figure out what we're going to be doing. And we think that would be actually a positive thing for us because that's probably held our stock up as well. We think that's important. And also one of the things people keep asking me is, are we ever planning a reverse stock split? I think if I get asked that one more time, I'll probably say yes, because I'm tired of answering it. But the answer is definitely no, no, and no. We have no plan for it. We have no thoughts for it. Yes, we do have to raise our price tremendously for the NASDAQ. We hope with our strong sales and products that we're doing that we'll get there. And everything George said leads to sales and revenues. Otherwise, we wouldn't be doing it. But it's going to take some time as well. It'll get started, but it'll still be a while before we get there. And by the way, I wouldn't be here if this wasn't going to be a great opportunity. So I think we still have a lot of things going on, a lot of great opportunities. And again, we will not be doing a reverse stock split. At least there's no plan for it at all. So please stop asking me.
So now our viewers will stop asking you this question.
No, they'll start asking me even more. You'll see.
Yeah, really. I mean, because realistically, with the other competitors that you have on the market, your price can be easily speculated to somewhere between $5 and $10. So what's holding it back? I think this is the stage from which fireworks are going to start happening, and all the information that George gave us today, this is really going to do it. For those who don't know StrikeForce, let me just add a few words here. Mark, George, and Ram. This is it's a really innovative company. These people are professional. They come from a professional background, and check out their profiles. Check out their history of working, and you will find an exceptional careers they had before. I mean, Mark is the only CEO in all of the OTC markets with the experience that he has. But I will let you check it out, and same goes for George, and same goes for Ram. Ram has 7 patents with StrikeForce Technologies. He's an inventor, he's an innovator, he's a scientist. So, and with his engineering skill and his technology, they have finally made it to a level where they are doing a very big launch pad, and things are coming out, and the videos will be available soon from Lemon Light, as George has identified. Let me ask this one important question to Ram. And Ram, what is new in SafetyChat? How have you augmented the product? What is new? What was missing? What is there in it which its incumbents don't have? And tell us everything. Does it have a good UI? How are the colors? What was your thought process behind it, and what is the progress?
Okay, so essentially, I mean, what the UI is something that you're seeing right now, and for those who are not familiar with the product, the whole idea was to make video conferencing a lot safer. So business. So every single person comes into the meeting is authenticated, and the authentication can range all the way from like a one-time password to just multiple authentication schemes, including biometrics. And we have got at least probably 5 to 10 different authentication schemes. So I mean that's the first layer. The second thing that we wanted to do was to make sure that only the right people would be allowed to take part in the meeting. Just because you're authenticated, doesn't mean that you should have access to a particular meeting. So the thing is, what we do is that at the time when the creator will create the meeting, they will create like an access control list of the participants they want in the meeting, and only they will be allowed it. So, which is the second layer, which is something that is not there in Zoom, which is not there in Teams, which is not there in WebEx. And the third thing that, that we also offer is that we offer endpoint security software that will make sure that the meeting is not bugged, in the sense that that there's no piece of malware. That even if you have a piece of malware which is just trying to access the camera and the microphone and the audio output, we basically block all those things while the meeting is going on. So these are the 3 layers which is very unique to SafetyChat, and we haven't seen any competitor yet have those. The other thing that we also wanted to do was, besides focusing on security, which as you heard from George, which is our real bread and butter, was that we wanted to augment the whole meeting. The whole meeting experience, in the sense that to us, a meeting is more than just scheduling a time and a date, which is what happens with Zoom. If you ever use Zoom, and you're scheduling a meeting, you basically schedule a date and a time, right? To us, a meeting is more than a date and a time. Okay, a meeting is, a meeting includes an agenda for the meeting. A meeting is any kind of meeting notes, which you take, afterwards. A meeting is a list of everybody who has come in. A meeting is all the logs involved with the meeting. Who was coming, who was not coming, how long somebody has been there in the meeting. So a meeting is much richer in real life. A meeting is a lot more richer than just a date and a time, okay, which is what Zoom, Teams, and everybody else has. So that's the other dimension, that we essentially have introduced with this. That we have all these other aspects to make the whole meeting experience a lot richer. So that's the basic thinking behind SafetyChat. So the last time we had, I think when we talked, we had introduced, I think, SafetyChat version 2.1. So we are now, at a time where we are going to introduce the SafetyChat version 2.2. I think maybe by tomorrow or by Friday, and the 2.2 version is basically, it has a bunch of minor features, and it has a whole bunch of essentially bug fixes and stuff like that. We are about, so probably about like maybe 24 different, things that we have, either small minor features we've added, and or essentially fixes, and these all, most of the stuff involved, around creating the meeting, around provisioning users, and being able to see the website better on mobile devices, being able to create meetings, send meeting emails a lot more easy, and so it's basically, I would say, like maybe 24 different minor features and fixes that we have added in this 2.2. We're still working on fixing. We have a version of local recording, which is kind of in testing, but we still have some issues with it. So we still, they still have to be fixed, and so I think that's one thing that we hope to probably release soon. And we have also started work on network-based recording, so which is unlike local recording, where you would record the meeting to your local PC or your Mac, with network-based recording, you would record the meeting onto your Amazon instance or somewhere else. So that's one thing that we've also started work on. So in the short term, we are basically releasing 2.2, and soon after that we hope to release, I would say, first local recording, and then after that this network-based recording. So that's one thing that we are doing. The other thing that I just want to touch up a bit on is on the API. So where we started working on this API was about a couple of months back. We were approached by this company that George has alluded to, this company which has a number of customers. Some of the customers, as George mentioned, are pretty large, and so they have a piece of software which is already sold to these customers, and in that piece of software they wanted to integrate conferencing. And they have certain challenges to do that. So they approached Zoom. They approached
WebEx, join me, meet me now.
yeah, and so this, and plus, they also look to basically build it themselves. They spend about, I would say, probably about 8 months to a year on this. Okay, neither Zoom, nor Cisco, nor anybody else could do it. They spend a significant amount of money trying to build it themselves, and then they basically gave up. So at the time when they reached out to us, right in the first conversation, we essentially figured what they wanted. Okay, and thankfully, the system we have built has been architected in a way that is extremely flexible, and so we were very confident that we could do it, and so we then entered into an agreement, to do it, and as George said, they paid some amount of money up front, and and some money will be paid once it is delivered, and then besides that money, which is really to basically pay a cost to build it. The real money will be made, when we get a per user per month fee. Mm-hmm. And the thing with that is that because it is integrated into their product, they will be the ones who will be doing all the selling, right? And all we have to do is just collect the check. So, okay. This is, and the thing is, this was a scenario where they went to Zoom, okay? They went to all of our competitors, and they tried to do it themselves, and they couldn't do it. And finally, we are the ones who could. We said that we could do it, and we have actually built the API. Okay, we already have a version of the API which we have given to them to test. And in the same fashion, we were approached by another company, also probably like a month and a half back, and they wanted the same thing, and they went through a similar situation. They approached Zoom because everybody approaches Zoom first, because Zoom also has API, but Zoom's API is not flexible enough because to do the kind of things that the people want. So the thing is, what we are seeing is that we have at least 2 companies who have approached us after talking to Zoom and the others. Okay, and thankfully our system has been architected in a way that it could meet that. And of course, one of the big draw is that since our system is able to authenticate every single person, that gives us a significant advantage. So this is the other thing that we are doing, sort of enhancing SafetyChat, and where we had this API, and we basically have SafetyChat that can be embedded in other products, so that is like an OEM situation, and what we are starting to see, is that in fact, like George just told me of like a third company.
Yesterday's person.
Yeah, right. Which wants exactly this API to integrate, and something which a system which is basically secure, which can authenticate every single person who comes in. So the thing is, what's happening is that without even looking for these companies, okay, without even searching for these opportunities are starting to come to us, and we're starting to see that probably a significant amount of our sales might come from these OEM relationships. So SafetyChat is moving in directions that we didn't really envision, but thankfully, because of the way the system has been architected and the security features which are built in, it has. And the thing is, once this API has been built, and we have built this API, now it's being tested by a first customer. This API is something that we just plan to just roll out to everybody. So I think that is something new and something very exciting for us.
And if I could just add to that, Ram and Qasim, yesterday, sorry, I was just telling Ram about this today, the folks I was on with yesterday, they're actually using Zoom. They have it integrated, the API into their system, and it doesn't work, and it barely works, and they can't authenticate the users. And the fact that, and they actually video every user when they. I don't want to, give the farm away and say what they do yet, but they're using Zoom. And he said, I can't wait to get rid of it. When can you send me the API documents? We did a safety chat with him yesterday. He said, I'm sold. Sign me up. Send me the documents. When can we start integrating this? Because I got to tear Zoom out. And the guy was like, I'll start tearing them out tomorrow. I said, slow down. Don't do it tomorrow because we're still finishing, as Ram said, we're still finishing the recording aspect. But that's crucial to them. So I said, wait till that's done. But I'll get you the API docs. I'll get you a contract, and we'll take it from there. And as Ram said, we didn't envision that, but there are so many opportunities. And once we really start to grow that channel partner program, where, when we have, 80, more of us channel partners, the average channel partner, we basically define that the minimum number of salespeople that a channel partner can have is 5. So if we could have 80 times 5, another 400 salespeople out there showing and selling our products, that's how you get this force multiplier, right? You just keep on multiplying it. That's the value and the benefit of a good channel, of a strong channel. So Ram building the products and then us having a distribution arm to sell them, especially as Ram said, we're finding a very unique marketplace here that the other products, the other companies aren't addressing, or they just don't want to. In fact, as Ram said, this other company that came to me months ago, they said, we went to Zoom. Zoom said, that's not our business. We don't even want to bother going there. You know what? That's fine.
Yeah, I mean, it's because Zoom's API has got certain limitations. So, so the thing is, to me, it's funny, but I think that our best channel partner and the best sales partner will be Zoom. Okay, because everybody is using Zoom. They're saying, we're not happy. Who else is there?
This is where you come.
Yeah. So essentially, Zoom will be our best sales agent. I mean, it's funny, but
Right.
That's the way it is. So
sounds good. It's true, though.
Yeah, I mean, it's I had to, take time to absorb that one, but definitely you're right. But you congratulations on, these custom integrations, and I think that there is you will be multiplying your possibilities in the course of time. So maybe people would need it for insurance or for human resources. Maybe LinkedIn would want to integrate their system with you,
Yep.
To interview people.
What about Salesforce? What about Salesforce, Qasim, right? Imagine they can integrate through our API right into a Salesforce application or any other application. Salesforce, if you're listening, call me.
They're going to listen. Yeah, wonderful. It was, a very good enlightenment, and it's nice to know what the updates are. And finally, you're there where you are applying full force in all directions of your company to actually propel it in the right direction. So, Mark. How do you see the future? What do you see the future of StrikeForce and SafetyChat and your products?
Well, the easiest way to say it is you're looking at it. I mean, this is the future of it. And by the way, we're all in the office, right? We've all come into the office 3 days a week, and that's where we get most of the work done and get the communications done. And you've seen a lot of people behind me moving in and out and walking around because, like George said, this place is crazy. People can't keep up with the work that's going on now, which is great. But obviously, I'm still here. I mean, I didn't have to do this. I don't have to do this. But this isn't a retirement job. This is my real job. I do it. I love it. I will do it forever and ever, probably. And this company will be doing very well. I mean, with SafetyChat, with all the products of what we're starting to do, with the sales George is getting, with the technology Ram is building, we all do it because we love it, not because we have to do it, not because we get paid to do it. I think we do anyway. I'm not even sure, but we love it. We love it, and we're getting there, and it's exciting as all hell. And I think we're going to do fantastic. And who knows exactly what the future is, but we think it's big. We think it's huge. SafetyChat will become the product in the future. We believe it'll beat Zoom and others, at least in certain aspects of it. And it's fantastic time. So we feel great about it. And that's really all I could say. That's why we're here.
And if I could just add one more thing to what Mark said and Ram.
Yes, George.
And I forgot to say this again before, but I wasn't kidding about the sales forces and stuff like that. You know, another big value for a partner working with us through Ram's APIs, they can make money on it. It's not that they necessarily eat it, they could sell and make money. So our solution becomes a revenue stream for those people. And that you take a sales force with, tens of millions, hundreds of millions of users. Imagine they could add on to their revenue stream, and other companies could add on. The company that we did this deal with, it's not that they're taking our technology and they're paying us. The customers are paying them. They've got their piece right on top of our piece. So they're making significant revenue over and above us. And that's what the API does. It allows them to create additional revenue streams. And that is why Mark is so bullish on the future, because it's all going to add into the value of the company, which is going to directly translate to the value of the stock, right?
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Great point, George.
I think a lot of people don't know that the possibilities of such customization even exist, and only a small number of people know that as yet. So, George, do you have a video that covers your customization aspect for, these?
No, we don't. That's a good, that's
It's a good point.
I actually just put it down, and that'll be our 7th video.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's a good point. Good thinking, Qasim.
Thank you, Mark. So, Mark, before we end the interview, do you have any words for the shareholders and the institutional investors and all the people who are listening to you today?
Oh, sure. I always have words for them, but I feel very strong about where we are and what we're doing. I feel great about the company and about what we're doing, and it's starting to happen. It's starting now to happen. It's late. It's later than it should be, but technology is always later than it should be. Unfortunately, you can't predict when something's going to be done, and even if you do, something else could happen, and it does happen. And it takes longer and longer, but eventually it all gets there. And I believe what we're building is fantastic. I believe it's going to be strong as can be. And I believe everybody who's hung in there over the years working with us and working with George and me and Ram, thank you very much. Please hang in there longer because we still are building it, but it's fantastic what we're doing. And especially from the office of StrikeForce, we thank you all very much for being there with us. And we will move forward constantly as we push these products tremendously ahead of us.
Thank you so much, Mark, George, Ram, and thank you for your time today. And thank you to all our viewers for listening to this interview. And the purpose of this interview is to reach you with all the questions and concerns that you may have. You have either tweeted them or tagged me in one of those. And please keep tagging to StrikeForce, SafetyChat, all the concerns and questions you may have in the future. And today's interview was very important. It had so many announcements, so many updates for you. And I think Mark is correct to be bullish on the subject, and his whole team, they should be proud of their achievements, that they can spell them out with great veracity today. Thank you very much. And,
thank you.
I will just stop the recording of the interview just now.